You're welcome to Business Highlights on Trust TV. I am Chamun Dabeng. Take a walk with me as we highlight business events that happened over the week. So let's take a sneak peek at what's been happening in the business and economic world. Now, if you recall, following the emergence of the Omicron variant, the UK in November placed some African countries and Nigeria on temporary travel ban. It also suspended the issuance of visitors' visa to Nigerians looking to come into the UK. Of course, the move did not sit well with the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government, which is not one to shy away from the law of reciprocity, had earlier threatened to also place the UK and others on a travel ban. The move was also met with anger from African countries, with the UN describing the ban on non-UK residents entering England as the travel apartheid. However, the UK government has since decided to reverse the travel ban. The Health Secretary Sajid Javid explained why the ban is being lifted, as he told Parliament that now that there is community transmission of Omicron in the UK and Omicron has spread so widely across the world, the travel red list is now less effective in slowing the incursion of Omicron from abroad. The UK maintained its temporary testing measures for international travel and removed all 11 countries from the travel red list. Currently, all UK arrivals from red list countries must pay for and self-isolate in a pre-booked government-approved hotel for 10 days. They must also take COVID tests within 48 hours of setting off for the UK and PCR tests within 2 days of their arrival. And on our next story for the day, we take a look at the Kano State Industries. With a GDP of approximately $12 billion, Kano has earned the title of Commercial and Investment Hub of Northern Nigeria. It is the largest non-oil and gas economy, and it is also the second largest industrial center after Lagos State. Driven largely by commerce, manufacturing, and subsistence agriculture, with up to 70% of the population engaging in it directly or indirectly, the Kano economy has also numerous MSMEs across all economic activities and contributes approximately 60 to 70% of output and employment. The industries in Kano boast of textile, tanning, footwear, cosmetics, plastics, enamel ware, pharmaceuticals, ceramics, and furniture. Historically, the state is a major commercial and manufacturing center in the West African sub-region. However, it has become a ghost of its former self, as it has been plagued with challenges. Here is Ali Madugu, Northwest VP of Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, talking on Kano Industries.
By mid-80s, to early 90s, based on membership of Manufacturers in Nigeria and non-members of MAN, there were about 500 industries in Kano in between that time. But the MAN members are 200 and something, and non-MAN members are almost 200 and something. So making about 500 as at that time, which shows the highest number of industries in Kano.
The industry has since had to deal with problems stemming from economical instability, unfavorable policies, exorbitant taxation, and lack of proper electricity supply. The lack of adequate supply of electricity and high costs attributed to it has led to low profitability. Now, talking about the issue is Hussaini Ali, Chairman, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Kano State.
As at today, the cost of electricity in Kano is about 72 naira per kilowatt hour, while that of Lagos and Ogun axis is about 40 to 50 something naira. Why am I saying this? From a layman's point of view, they may not understand the implication of this. Like this factory you're talking about now, we are paying close to 30 million naira per month for electricity. So if we have the same company with the same capacity in Lagos or Ogun, to be paying roughly around 19 or 20 million as per the cost of electricity. If you multiply that by 12, how much is it in a month?
The major industrial areas in the state, namely Sharada, Chalawa, Hadeja Road in Kawaji and Dakata, can be likened to ghost towns, with most companies closed down and the remaining of them producing far below the installed capacity. The closure of these industries, being the second largest employer of labor in the state, has now thrown thousands of people, mainly youths, out of jobs. The government, however, has been making moves to revive the Kano industries by way of funding. We'll take a short break, and when we get back, we talk 5G. Don't go anywhere.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Again, my name is Chamon Dabeng. Let's talk 5G. MTN, Airtel, and MAFAB Communications went toe-to-toe in a bidding war during the 5G spectrum auction. After 11 rounds of bidding, Airtel lost, leaving MTN and MAFAB Communications to emerge as winners. According to NTC Executive Vice Chairman and Auction Overseer, Professor Umar Dambata, the winning bid price for the auction is $273.6 million for each lot of 100 megahertz TDD, and the provisional winners are expected to pay the winning bid price less the intention to bid deposit by February 24th, 2022. Earlier at the event, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, said Nigeria is hoping to have the widest 5G in Africa in 2022. Mr. Pantami said 5G technology can solve some of the security challenges in the country, since the technology provides real-time services and platforms. If properly harnessed, Nigeria can derive huge socioeconomic benefits from commercial deployment of the fifth generation network, commonly known as 5G, which will come with great potentials that will boost Nigeria's socioeconomic ecosystem for quantifiable growth. Now, on to our next story. We're going to be talking freight business in Nigeria. So whether it's motorbikes, ships, air, or trucks, the supply chain sector is one that has shown great promise in Nigeria, which was very evident in its survival during the pandemic. With many Nigerians today becoming internet savvy and are engaging in online transactions more than before, the e-commerce business is becoming more acceptable, and the logistic business is a complementary business to the e-commerce, pardon me. The sector is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of around 4% in the coming years. Though the logistics sector is still in its nascent stage, back in 2018, the value of Nigeria's logistics sector was estimated to be $696 million, a rise of $140 million from the 2017 figures. The sector's contribution to the nation's GDP increased from $642.927 million to $720.241 million in the third quarter of 2019. It's safe to correlate the growth in Nigeria's logistics to infrastructure development in railways and airways, improvement in ties with other countries, development in manufacturing and export sectors, and the rise of e-commerce. However, like any other sector, it is not without its struggles. Let's listen to Elder Chief Dr. Patrick Agbato, JP, CEO, Chosen Group Companies, talk about the struggles he has witnessed. Well, the whole essence of logistics is making sure that products are delivered in the right quantities to the correct location in a cost-effective manner and at the right time. Sounds easy, yes? Well, statistics have shown that 67% of deliveries do not meet the above definition in Nigeria. This could be due to the global evolution of the traditional logistics structure and management framework, which has had little or no impact in the Nigerian market. Frameworks like tracking and real-time reporting. One can also argue that certain factors have hampered digitization in the supply chain. So it could be infrastructural issues, network challenges, poor regulation, and ineffective digital solution in the Nigerian environment. One specific challenge cost Nigeria 1.02 trillion naira every year. Yes, I'm talking bad roads. To talk about this, here is Raphael Agbato, of MyPath Cargo Services Limited.
the roadside, see them to go the cycle that they can cross. Every single day from our records, because but others are something like that, 40 stocks. 41 stocks, I'm not mistaken, 41 stocks. All the 41 stocks we fly now with every month, every month. And the percentage of 7 to 8 stocks getting silent is simple. You can't escape it. No matter your prayer, no matter anything you are doing to prevent it, they will fall. But always the first thing I say to that is every day, above 50, above 50, above 55, close to 52. Definitely this kind of thing will fall. But when we have to don't fail. When these people, they come to come and they take problem. But now, you find the thing, you find the trouble, the someone for the food. At the end of the day, the trouble falls. You almost someone like that at home because that's the problem.
Now, despite the nation's huge population, the sector is yet to fully harness its potential. For Nigeria's logistics sector to grow exponentially and add more value to the economy, there needs to be more support from the government to create the enabling environment for growth. The sector needs to also be given the needed attention in its areas of challenges such as infrastructural deficits, stale policies, insecurity, high corruption rate, closing the knowledge and skills gap. Now, finally, restructuring the sector policies would open the market, attract new investors, birth more small and medium enterprises, as well as make it easier to do business in the sector. After the break, we dive into the waters of illegal fish farming in Nigeria.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
You're welcome back, and we're moving on to illegal fish farming in Nigeria. Now, Nigeria's coastal waters, like many other African countries, carries an array of different species of fish, which contributes to the food and economic security of the Nigerian people. Now, small-scale fishing operations contributes 80% of locally produced fish and support the livelihoods of 24 million Nigerians, of which 73% of those involved in fishing are women. Yes, both small-scale and industrial fishing contributed 0.84% in 2019 and 1.09% of the nation's GDP in 2020. Now let's watch this video of Abdul Hafiz Afegba, the National VP1 of Catfish Association of Nigeria, talk about catfish farming in Nigeria.
You know, every farmer needs to maximize their profits. Most people want to look at a larger market and a most viable market. We have not been able to meet the demand of the Nigerian populace. But some farmers tend to look abroad for exports, you understand, to come and take off their, off-takers to come and take off their produce, which is affecting the in-house production. So you see that people are looking out. But this has also affected the common farmers, you know, because some of them source from these common farmers and take them out. So the bureaucracy in exportation has also affected us too. By the time you go through all the bureaucracy to export your fish would have been growing fungi. When you take them to the quarantine, they mark you 0 and you've lost so much money. So what we are doing and encouraging members to do is to look inward and let's satisfy the market and the demand of this Nigerian citizens by way of producing enough for us to consume and sell within and do other things that we need to do. You see, government policies, sometimes it affects the fish farmer, that's the catfish farmers, because most times they just go on the table and discuss. They talk about poultry, talk about the husbandry, and they leave out these fish, not just catfish, generally fish. They leave them out. And if they even want to discuss fish, they talk about the terrestrial fish, all these foreign fish, the expensive one, Gewanrua, and all whatnot. We don't have those ones much in our waters. And you cannot, domesticating them is so difficult. We have tried our hands on them, but the one that came out wonderful is the catfish. So the policies of government sometimes affects us, hence the creation of the association to interface with government on formulating policies, so that when we are on the round table discussing these policies with government, we bring our own concerns and our challenges to the table. This helps the government to build and take decision on policies that will affect not just the poultry farmer or the husband, but also the fish farmer, particularly the catfish farmer in Nigeria.
Well, as you can see from that video, there is a viable market here that can benefit both the entrepreneur and the Nigerian economy, as it can be a route to socio-economic development within the nation. Nigerian House of Representatives said the country loses about $70 million each year to illegal fishing. This includes loss of license fees, revenue from taxation, and the value that could have been accrued from the legitimate fishing by local vessels. Now, other sources estimate the cost of illegal fishing in Nigeria as much higher, citing anywhere between $600 million and $800 million each year. Now, in a bid to curb the menace of illegal fishing, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NMASA, has sought partnership with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. So that's hoping that they could do something about that. All right, so on our last story for the day, we talk goat farming in Nigeria. Now, it is a multi-purpose animal. Goats provide meat, milk, hides, skin, and manure. Goat production plays a significant role in the improvement of human nutrition and contributes about 17% of the total meat and 12% of milk production in Africa. Current goat production yields 60% of its value as milk, 35% of meat, and 5% as skin. Goat production constitutes a very important part of the rural economy, with more than 95% of the rural households keeping goats, and ranks next to cattle in income generation and economic sustenance. Now, small ruminants have significant cultural roles in rural areas, as goats plays a significant role in marriage and burial rites in most local communities in Africa, especially in Nigeria. But don't take my word for it. Here is an interview with a goat farmer, Deborah Irabo. Let's take a look.
When you get a female one, maybe you buy it at the rate of 15,000 and you keep it for 1 year. For that 1 year, she might have put to bed maybe once for you. Let me say once. So maybe if that once, the next year again, she will now start giving birth two. So there is a profit. The dump is very, very good. We use it for vegetable. This is inorganic manure, which you apply it for your vegetable, or even the banana. We use it for the banana, and it helps them to do very, very well. So by the time we gather them for one place, later on we take it to the farm and spread it in the farm. You can use it for your yam, you can use it for your maize, and do very well. If you talk of pepper soup, any restaurant you go, you must see pepper soup goat, you must see goat meat. It's more, let me talk of their feeding. It's not all these agric or feed, you understand? Their own is natural, they eat natural leaves, you understand? So they don't have so much complicated that maybe you jet them. No. It's natural. I can show you there are some made there that is up to 50,000. Those ones that are over 5 years, you understand? But we bought them to cross the female one. So depend on the sizes that determine the price. Like the female one, not everybody that have female one that want to release is female if it is a good product. You understand? So it makes it to be very expensive. Because if you have a good female, you don't want to lose it. You don't want to sell it because of money, unless maybe you are in need. That's why we sell it.
Now, goat production is an important means by which small-sized farmers can earn supplementary income. It contributes to local handcraft industries, which is fiber and skins are used extensively. Finally, it creates employment opportunities, so maybe this could be an option for you. Well, make sure you catch the full show on goat production on Agripreneur with Gaza Yakubu. Well, we have come to the end of business highlights for today. And don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. We are on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. All you need to do is just look up Trust TV News. Well, once again, my name is Chamun Dabeng, signing out.